Come on. It's hard on people. At that point, if it were you, what would you have done? Know that people are not perfect. Nobody is perfect. Secondly, know that we are all work in progress. My wife is not perfect. I'm not perfect. You are not perfect. I'm not perfect. There are certain things I might have done that hurt you. There are certain things you might have done that hurt. But give people room to grow. We are work in progress. That's why we are human being. You are becoming. As I'm growing, the more I become wiser.
Okay, so I want us to talk about, how to, forgive, because in as much as we see it to be an easy thing, it's very difficult, even for people who are aware that forgiveness can help them. It's just like a drug. When you get addicted to pride and you get addicted to a particular kind of behavior, it's very difficult to get out of it. And particularly so because now it is like it's the norm. For people not to forgive, because when somebody does something to you, to pamper your pride and ego, you have to retaliate. That's how people see you as, a big man, or how people see you as, somebody who is respected, or who, I don't know if you get the point I'm trying to make. So now, how do we, if somebody finds themselves in this kind of situation, how do they get to the situation or to the state where forgiveness will be easy for them?
So thank you very much for such a powerful question. I have 3 answers to that. The first one is that know that people are not perfect. Nobody is perfect. Secondly, know that we are all work in progress. My wife is not perfect. I'm not perfect. You are not perfect. I'm not perfect. There are certain things I might have done that hurt you. There are certain things you might have done that hurt. But give people room to grow. We are work in progress. That's why we are human being. You are becoming. As I'm growing, the more I become wiser.
And I say forgive and grow.
Exactly. The reason why you don't forgive people is that you thought they are perfect. They shouldn't have done that. They know better. They shouldn't have done. Even you. There are so many things you do. So the first thing, know that people are not perfect, and give people room to grow. We are work in progress. Once you understand that, it helps you. Okay, the person have the capacity to hurt. Another thing is that you don't know the options they choose from. I used to blame my mom and dad. Now that I find myself in the same situation, I'm now beginning to realize. So forgiving now is easy for me because I now appreciate what they went through. So sometimes ask yourself, if I were the one in their shoe, how would I have acted? Come on. It's hard on people. At that point, if it were you, what would you have done? So 1, people are not perfect. They are work in progress. Secondly, find yourself in their shoe. What would you have done differently? There's a lady I'm counseling. She blamed this man, and finally I asked her, if you were the man, if you were in his shoe, what would you have done? She sat quiet, said, I now understand. I don't blame people because you don't know the options they had to choose from. You don't know the circumstance they find themselves. So you just sit down and imagine things ideal. You don't know what the person is going through. You don't even know the story that is following them. You don't know what they experienced. You don't know the pain they went through. Maybe this guy is really suffering. And normally people who act that way, they need your help. They are really going through trauma. They need help. Sympathize with them. Don't try to be hard on them again. So the first one, know that people are not perfect. They are work in progress. Secondly, ask yourself, if you were in their shoe, And the last one, forgive you yourself. People who don't forgive themselves find it hard to forgive others. When you are so hard on yourself, you try to be hard on others. Learn to forgive yourself. If you learn to forgive yourself and appreciate how beautiful you feel with forgiveness, then you now know the benefit of forgiving others. But if you yourself, you beat yourself to hell just because you made a mistake, now you can imagine what you do to somebody. When I did something, I slap myself, and you guy. So that's what, do unto others as you do to you. Treat others as you treat yourself. Look, there are a lot of people in pain, not because of what somebody has done. They still have not forgiven themselves. Something they did 16 years back. I was too foolish to do that. And who is hurting? And you still, assuming you still have 40 years, you live that 40 years with bitterness. So if you want to learn that my dad is not perfect, just as I'm not perfect. Secondly, if I were in his shoe, considering the circumstances, what would I have done? I would have even done worse than what they were to do.